We really messed up on our second day in Mallorca. So today we were checking out of our hotel and moving on to the villa that we were staying in with my fiance's family. They weren't due to arrive until around 1 a.m. this evening into tomorrow morning. So we had the entire day to ourselves before they got here. We got some breakfast in the hotel, which was lovely, and then we spent a few hours down by the pool before we had to check out. Then after we checked out, we had a few hours before we were able to get into the villa, so we just hung around the hotel until then. Then we tried to book a taxi to take us from the hotel to the villa, but the taxi was going to take like 25 minutes to get here. So we decided to walk. I can't lie, this was pretty brutal in the heat, but we got to the villa eventually, dropped off our bags and went straight out for some food and drinks, and then we stopped at the supermarket on the way back. Then we got ourselves straight into the pool. The location of this villa was actually amazing. Normally when you stay in a villa, it's kind of like out of the way a little bit, but this was about a 5-minute walk down to the Palmanova beachfront, so we were right in the middle of everything. We had our own pool, so we just chilled for a while, and we didn't even realize it had this until we got here, but it actually had its own tennis court. Will I be playing any tennis on this holiday? Probably not, but it's nice to know that it's there. Got ourselves ready and headed out for dinner. This is where things start to go wrong. Thought we'd take a walk into Magaluf just to see what the vibes were. I've never actually been to Magaluf before, so thought we'd go and check it out. Obviously it was still really early, so it was very quiet. Then we started walking back to Palmanova and had a drink on the beachfront, and then headed into the olive tree for dinner. Honestly, this place is so nice. I'm so glad we found it. Even look at the sinks in the toilet. I just thought this was so cool. Yeah, the food here was so delicious. We had a bottle of wine in here, and then we headed into another little beach bar, had a few more cocktails there, and at this point we really should have went home because we knew Chris's family were arriving very soon. We're walking past these bars, they're like bringing you in for free shots, so we thought we'd go in for just one. It ended up not being just one, and this is where his family rang to say that they're outside the villa, and we literally had to sprint home to let them in. Luckily the villa was really close to all these bars, so we didn't leave them waiting for long, and we had a really good night. But yeah, don't trust us for the keys.